This is Omar for BoxNation in association with Global Next Trade. Well, listen, Tony Yoka, officially welcome to Queensberry, the home of the heavyweights. Let's
Thank you.
start there. I guess a very obvious question as a heavyweight, but why Frank Warren? Why Queensberry?
I mean, who else? Um, he got most of the heavyweights of the top 20, and he's been doing a great jobs those last years. So who else would I want to go to?
Absolutely. Look, you're coming off a good win in Paris, of course, against Arsen Yallyev, who's a very good fighter, one of the best in Russia, if not the best. That's a good victory you're coming off. So I'm
Yeah,
guessing with Frank, with Queensberry, you want to take that momentum off that win into some big fights, Tony.
of course. I have been through some losses a few years ago, so I needed to rebuild myself. I did two fights last year in London. Then I went to fight the Russian Aliev, which is the number one in Russia. I had a great victory against him in Paris. So yeah, now I'm just thinking that it's time to move on.
Yeah, sure. Look, as you said, you've had some setbacks in your career, but you also had that win over Dave Allen years
Yeah.
ago. You stopped him late, which now, actually looking at where Dave Allen is, he's really propelled himself, made a good comeback. That win looks like a much better win, looking back at it.
I mean, when I see him fights now, he's a nice guy. I'm happy for him. I think he lost in Saudi, like they robbed him or something like this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
saw the fight, so he won the rematch. Now he's doing pretty good. And but we had like a fight a few years ago, and I beat him quite pop. Like it was a good, nice win for me.
Yeah, for sure. Well, listen, as an amateur, you were fantastic, obviously, beating the likes of
Yeah,
Joseph Parker, Philip Hrgovic, Joe Joyce, of course, some top guys. But would you
yeah.
say in the professional game, you haven't really, as of yet, lived up to that mark and really now's the time to do that?
I think in the professional things are different. Like the physical strength is more important than it is in amateur. And the problem was I was so bad managed for years. I was stuck in a contract with a French promoter, so I could not like escape. So that's why I wasn't in the mix. I wasn't putting in front of like good guys, etc. Then I had my personal issues, but you know what? It's not like it's late. It's I just turned 33, which is still good and young for heavyweights. So I feel like now it's been 2 years. I've been working hard in London, and I feel it's my time. It's my time to go on there, especially because most of those guys knows me. And we had backgrounds in amateurs, and they know what I'm capable to do.
Are you talking about like Don Charles and Tony Peel, etc.?
Yeah, yeah, those guys like Don Charles, Tony Peel, Ian. We've been training since 2 years now, and really changed the way I was looking professional boxing.
Before we come on to the future, Tony, you seem like in a really good place right now in
Yeah,
terms of your life as well. I don't want to go over it too much, but I do want to address a lot of people want to know, the missed tests that you
yeah.
had.
You
Do you
know,
want to just talk to me about that?
yeah, that's something that makes me laugh every time they call me like drop cheat stuff like this. Um, the rules in France and in UK is completely different. In France, you have to tell them where you sleep every day of the year. Every day of the year. It's not just like 3 or 4 months before the fight. It's like every time. So before the fight, of course, I'm always staying home, getting ready uh, in camp for the fight. So I never missed any test or never get like drug tests, never. But the thing is, after the fight, when you come off the stage, they ask you to piss. So I go, I do the drug test, I'm clear. But then the next week, I'm on holidays. I'm not training. Why would I drug myself after the training, like a week after. And then the week after, they come to my place, but I was on holidays. And this is why I get banned like for a year. So it's not about like missing a drug test during a camp or being like on some substance or whatever. It never was something like this.
Mm. Does it annoy you a little bit when fans label you?
Yeah, because you can't say something like this to me. Like say it to someone else, like Big Baby Miller or those guys who got caught like 100 times. I never was, like never in my life. And even if you saw, by the time it was like 2019, I was like this. It's not even like I'm not even like having big muscles or whatever. No, 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 no. You can't call me a jog chip because it's just stupid.
To be fair, I remember when you boxed, I watched it on the TV, but when you boxed Martin Bakole and you look quite small in that.
Yeah, yeah. I was like really small. I think is by this time I was like, okay, nah, maybe I'm really too small for this those kind of fights.
Would you run that back with him? Do a rematch?
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's I think on all my professional fight, that's the one I need to fight back because I know I wasn't at my top level this day,
Mm.
you know. And I still did the 10th round with him, you know. I still went to the distance.
Well, there's Bakole, but there's been some other names you've been linked with, and most notably, Tony, look, Anthony Joshua. Are there
Yeah.
talks going on about you fighting Anthony Joshua? Is that correct?
I mean, I heard some rumors about it. I believe in my team. I believe in Queensberry and my manager, my coach, to do the best for the best fights for me. You know, I'm not in any talks with him, so I don't know what's going on. What I know is I'm getting ready for anybody. And after these big wins, if they ask me, they propose me to fight Anthony Joshua, of course, that would be a great fight for me to take it. And there is a history behind it. You know, there's two Olympic gold medalists. I think that's something that makes sense. You know, I saw him fight some guys that I didn't even know. You know, like I think it was just before Tuwalin, before the guy. I don't know the guy. You know, so I understand that he lost against Daniel Dubois last year. They might want to do something like Joshua Fury or whatever. You want to fight before that? I'm here. You know, I'm here. You don't have to look like too far from there.
Well, you know what you say, you're correct. That'd be two gold medalists from the Olympics. You're based in London. He's based
Yeah,
in London. It's England v France. He needs an
yeah.
opponent. But I've also heard he might be fighting Jake Paul.
That's bullshit. Like I can't believe it. I can't. You can't make me believe that Anthony Joshua is gonna fight Jake Paul. Like why? If
Money?
he, nah, man, it's not like he doesn't need money. Joshua doesn't need money. He's the fighter who makes the most money in boxing. Like he's the heavyweights. Everybody knows that he's the one, you know. If you tell me Mike Tyson's gonna fight Jake Paul, okay, I get it. He's old. Maybe you want to make some money. Maybe you want just to come back, you know, and to fight again. But Anthony Joshua is still good for a heavyweight. I think he's like 35, 36 years old.
Yep.
You can't tell me he's gonna fight Jake Paul. Like what's the point? There is no way he's gonna fight Jake Paul. Nah, I can't believe in it.
So yes to Tony Yoka, no to Jake Paul.
Yeah, definitely.
Tony, I don't think many people know this, but I think you were a key sort of factor in helping Daniel Dubois beat Anthony Joshua. You
Yeah.
sparred him a lot. Just talk to me about that sparring with Daniel and preparing him for AJ.
You know what? It's been 2 years now, maybe 3 years now that I trained with Don Charles. And for the first, I think the first year, maybe a few months, he didn't want me to spar Daniel, and I was really mad about it. I was like, bro, like let me spar him. I want to spar him because I like to spar and to fight tough guys. This is where you learn. This is where you can prove to yourself that yes, you believe in that mix. You know. So for his fight against Ergovic, he said, okay, I'm gonna put you guys in sparring because his sparring partners was not good. So I show up, I go in the ring, we spar a few rounds, and the gym is quiet. like nobody talks. Everybody been like, whoa, like really like intense rounds. It was really, really good rounds for me and him. And even him, after the sparring, he went to the coach and to his dad and he said, why you didn't bring this guy before? Like, why you still bringing bums and you didn't ask me to come? And I'm even like, you don't have to make me come here or pay me or whatever. I'm here. I just want to fight. So then for the AJ fight, because I'm the same size as him, we sparred again and we shared around for the ring for a few sparring session. And that was really, really, really good rounds.
Mm. If
And if
Right.
when I see myself sparring him, when I saw what he did to Hrgovic, then we spar again, then I see what he did to Anthony Joshua. This is why I get confidence. I'm just like, okay, I believe in my place is up there because what I see and what I'm doing is sparring. No, no, no. I know I can be up.
Tony, let me just ask you straight. Do you believe what Daniel Dubois did to Anthony Joshua, you could do similar to AJ?
I mean, we are not the same in terms of the way he's boxing. Every every time people ask me, I'm telling them maybe I can beat this guy, he can beat the other one, and the other one can beat me. It's something you cannot compare because look at AJ against Usyk. It was close, was close fights, the first and the second one. But look at Usyk against Dubois. Both time he stopped him quite not easily, but like he was like better than him, in every compartment of boxing. But when you see Dubois what he did to Anthony Joshua, when I saw this fight, I was shocked. I was like, wow, I was okay.
So
The man is on
how
fire.
does you and Joshua go? How does that fight go?
I guess we gotta wait to see it. I guess you gotta call them, tell them that you want to see this fight because I think it's gonna be a really, really interesting match. Most of the people that are in boxing, um, some of them doesn't know me, and I can swear to you, 100% of people will be shocked that night.
So you fully believe you can
Oh
beat
yeah,
Anthony
yeah,
Joshua?
yeah. I'm telling you, I know my place is up there. All I need is okay, Tony, you got this fight. Let's go. Let's go.
Okay. Let me just throw a couple of other names who are waiting for a world title shot. So
Yeah,
Joseph Parker's been called to fight Usyk with the WBO.
yeah,
You've got Ajit Kabayel with the WBC, Fabio Wardley with the WBA. Now, a couple of these guys are going to have to wait till they get their
yeah.
title shot. So you'd fill in to fight a Wardley, a Kabayel, maybe?
I'll fight anybody. That's what I told my manager. I never turned down any fights. When I fought Bakole, nobody wanted to fight him. I said, let's go. I'm always saying, let's go. I'm a fighter. I'm not a talker. I'm not someone that's doing like a internet YouTube show or whatever. I just if people want to see this fight, let's go. Let's do it. And those guys deserve to have a title shot, especially Joseph Parker. He had proved those last year that he belongs to it, and he deserve a title shot. Edgit Kabayel, I think, is the one who shocked me the most, because where he was a few years ago and where he is now, the people he have beat, wow. Now he's really, really, really good, and he belongs to at least the top five. He need a title shot.
Mm. Well, listen, I know Ajit Kabayel and Queensberry are planning a big homecoming for him in Germany later this year.
Okay.
So that sounds good to me. Kabayel, Yoka in Germany.
Why not? Let's go. I'm telling you, I'm gonna take the best option that they will offer to me, but I believe also that Queensberry would make the best choice.
Tony, I saw you did a recent promo with PSG with Hakimi
Yeah.
and Hernandez. How was that?
Well, it's good. I'm really close to a certain football player in the Paris team. Of course, because I grew up in Paris. That's the club of the city. They won the Champions League. I know a lot of them. I was uh, I was with them in the locker room like a few weeks ago. So no, this is the kind of thing like I'm doing here, and I enjoy doing it.
Well, listen, maybe with DAZN, you could have a few sort of more of those commercial opportunities.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I was with a French TV before Canal Plus, and now I'm free. That's why I signed with Queensberry, and the fact that the zone, I know they want to go through the French market, and it's quite hard to go to it. But so if me and them can do some stuff about the boxing and the PhD thing, that would be great.
Great stuff. Listen, Tony, before I let you go, there's a big bill in Riyadh, August 16th, with two good heavyweight fights
Yeah,
on it. I just want to get your thoughts. Look, Moses Itauma, 20-year-old, he's making a lot of waves in the heavyweight division. We really rate him in this country. Goes up
yeah.
against Dillian Whyte. What do you think of Itauma Whyte?
You know what? I think Itoma, like a year ago, everybody was like, okay, he's young. They wasn't really taking him seriously. And now nobody wants to fight him. Nobody wants to fight him. Let me tell you that. I know for sure nobody wants to fight him. The fight against Dillian White is a good one for him. I don't think it's a good one for Dillian because Dillian was quite up in those rankings for certain years, but now it's been how long he didn't fought?
He had a couple of fights with Ebenezer Tete at a fight in Ireland, like,
Yeah,
comeback
but he's
fights, warm-up
like
fights.
fights that we don't even I didn't saw those fights. So I'm not sure that he's ready to come back with a guy like Itoma because he's fast, he's powerful, he got skills, he's southpaw, and he's young. He's young, so he's hungry. He's hungry, and then this fight, wow, I want to see. I want to see the fight and the result because for sure it's not going to distance.
And on the same night in Riyadh, we've got Philip Hrgovic v David Adeleye. Do you give David much of a chance in that fight?
I didn't even know. I
Huh?
didn't even know. So David Adelaide against Hrgovic.
Yeah,
No, I think Hrgovic is going to beat him. Yeah, Hrgovic. Hrgovic is good. Of course, he lost against Dubois, but if you remember, the five first round
yeah.
was really, really, really good for him. And then, yeah, like those right hands. I mean, I was surprised, like, oh damn, Daniel is still up. So so no, Adelaide hasn't proved for me that he got this type of level, especially his fight against Wardley. I saw his last fight, the controversial win, when the referee says stop or whatever. He's a good fighter. He's going in and whatever, but Hrgovic got a big pedigree in amateurs. Uh, no, I think he's just too good for him.
Okay. Listen, Tony, I appreciate the time. As I said, welcome to Queensberry. Welcome to the home of
Thank
the
you again.
heavyweights. Just tell
Yeah.
people where they can follow you on Instagram, etc.
Oh, they can follow me on my page on Instagram, Tony Yoka. It's like really simple, Tony Yoka on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and yeah, I hope give you guys news very, very soon, so I can be on the Queensberry show.
Wicked. When you've got news, we'll catch up again. But yeah, take care. Thank you for the time.
Yeah, thank you very much, Umar.
God bless. Thank you.